A retired deputy injured in a terrifying car wreck near a Gwinnett County high school has died. We first reported on her accident earlier this year. In February, Patricia Carper was behind the wheel of a Dodge Caravan when she crashed off the end of a dead-end road.
For months before that, second-year high school's football coach begged Gwinnett County to fix that dangerous road. But when a new city was formed, the work stopped over politics. Questions from Fox 5 I-Team reporter Johnny Edwards prompted the county to finally make safety improvements when the driver was hospitalized. But now, Johnny, a sad update.
Well, Courtney and Tyler, unfortunately, those upgrades didn't come soon enough for Pat Carper. The minivan landed on its side, and she and her husband would be trapped more than 17 hours. Her daughter says she never recovered.
What happened to Pat and Walt Carper had happened before on West Rock Quarry Road.
Most people just drive straight into the trees and it destroys the car.
And an investigation by the Fox 5 I-Team found might have been prevented. With the head football coach at nearby second-year high school sounding an alarm for months before the crash.
Well, I'm scared to death somebody's going to die.
Then for the Carpers on February 4th, a night of pain and terror after Pat, driving home in the dark, took a wrong turn, running off an embankment, trapped for more than 17 hours in an overturned Dodge Caravan, until passersby found them the next afternoon.
I'm telling you, when we heard about the couple that was stranded, my heart just sunk. It just sunk.
Since our first story, Patricia Carper died at home May 20th. She was laid to rest this week.
Did your mom ever recover from that wreck?
No. Just been going back and forth to the hospital nonstop.
A retired Clark County Sheriff's deputy, Pat already suffered kidney and heart problems, according to her daughter. She'd just been discharged from a hospital in Brazelton before that wrong turn. Her daughter says the crash left her with broken ribs and oxygen deprivation, and she lost use of her left hand. Pat's husband, Walt, suffered a brain injury. He's still recovering in a nursing and rehab facility in Monroe. Their daughter blames this dead end.
But on February 4th, this barrier wasn't here. The county put this up in March after the Fox 5 I-Team started asking questions. Do you think she'd still be alive if that barrier had been there?
Yeah. It would slow her down, so probably she wouldn't end up in the ditch, in the embankment.
For months before the crash, Coach Tony Lottie had been begging Gwinnett County DOT to fix this wreck trap, saying with the distant lights of I-85, the dead end didn't look like one in the dark.
There's no place for you to go but off and into that ravine.
Right.
And that's what's happened with these accidents.
The coach also worried about high speeds and students being T-boned turning left out of a school exit. For a while, DOT listened, conducting a traffic study, even adding 2 new signs. But then the county mashed the brakes on any more upgrades when the new city of Mulberry formed January 1st, a county traffic official referring Lottie to Mulberry's website.
Basically, in no uncertain words, congratulated me that we are now in the city of Mulberry and it's their problem.
The problem there, Mulberry doesn't have a roads department.
That remains a county road that's county's responsibility in light of state law, our charter, and SB 138, which was recently passed.
The county was and still is in a heated dispute with the new city over its charter. One stipulation, the county must maintain the city's roads for 2 years. Gwinnett challenging the city charter in court. One case currently with the Georgia Court of Appeals, another filed last month. County DOT Director Louis Cooksey initially told us the county would need to have an intergovernmental agreement with Mulberry before putting any more work into West Rock Quarry Road. But then making safety upgrades after all.
As you guys came out and did that story, you brought attention to this issue, and ultimately the county made the changes. They put up those barricades. So I think that tells you everything you need to know as to whose responsibility was that road.
Gwinnett DOT had no comment about Patricia Carper's death.
I think this is a perfectly good example of why we need to work together.
Carper's official cause of death, respiratory failure and lack of oxygen. A spokeswoman for the Clarks County Sheriff's Office told us Sergeant Carper is remembered as an excellent marksman. She's also remembered for once taking over operations of the Athens jail herself in 2000. That was to allow her fellow deputies to attend the funeral of a lieutenant who, Courtney and Tyler, had been killed in the line of duty in a car crash.
It's just so devastating that these changes didn't come in time for Pat Carper, that she might still be here if there were some barricades at the end of that road. Have there been any other crashes since their crash?
No, we checked with Gwinnett County Police on that, and since that barricade went up, there have been 0 wrecks on that stretch of West Rock Quarry Road. So the coach was onto something. Now he says there's still people speeding, and he would still like to get some speed breakers there.
Yeah, that's just absolutely heartbreaking. You would think that they would be really wanting to make changes so they can save more lives and try to prevent things like this.
Well, absolutely, but the squabble with Mulberry got in the way.
Yeah.
Johnny, thank you so much.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you.
Still ahead here on